Hello my dorks, it's the Dark Author here, and as some of you may know, on my 100 subscriber special, the 1 hour long marathon, you may have noticed that the creepypastas I narrated, the reviews for them were absent from the video. This was because of time constraints. I had to get the video out that day and I just could not have the time to review them. So some of you might have been wanting those reviews, and for those like 1 or 2 people who were wondering, here they are now, starting with the Russian sleep experiment. So, the Russian sleep experiment. Who am I kidding? This is one of the best creepypastas I've ever seen. The suspense? Great. Setup? Great. The timing? Just beautiful. Just, it's perfect really. Or one of the best stories that I've ever seen in regards to a creepypasta. I don't know why, but my favourite kinds of stories is just the psyche of people, how it changes and deteriorates over time. Like, that's why in the Instant series I had Jake describing how he was getting harder to sleep, his morale was going lower and lower and lower. Just not to mention, this was unique. I don't think I've ever seen a creepypasta do something like this before. It's just, I've never seen a concept of being put under a gas to make people stay awake and just watch them slowly go insane. And that ending, oh god, that ending was amazing. My final opinion on this story, if I had to give it a rating, 9.5. You may be wondering, TDA, what's with the 9.5? Well, it's mainly because of the kind of going into detail with the gore towards the end. Like, the ripping the testicles off, as a man that just, oh god, that was uncomfortable to read. And, I don't know about it, sometimes I just feel like it went into detail a little too much. But overall, apart from that tiny nitpick of mine, the story is great. Anyways, on to Abandoned by Disney. Abandoned by Disney. Now that I'm rereading this, or I rewrote this for the 1 hour montage, I don't like it. Now hear me out, before any of you say, Dark, why if you don't like this series, why the hell did you make the incident? Well, this story was not good. It's because of Treasure Island, this inspired Treasure Island, that I made the incident off of that. In that kind of way I have a little bit of respect for it. It just seems a bit boring, to be completely honest, like the middle bit. Nothing of suspense really happens, it's just a guy going through urban documentary. I feel like during the 1 hour long montage, that was the hardest one to sit through. But there are some good aspects, obviously introducing my boy Photonegative Mickey. The bit at the end was really great, like him tearing his head off. The blood is a bit ridiculous with the chunky yellow blood. The abandoned by Disney and abandoned by God, things scratched into metal around the part was a really nice touch. It was once again unique to my eyes. I've never seen another creepypasta do this before, with the exception of mine. But overall, if I had to give this story a final rating, I'd give it a 5 out of 10. This story is not as good as I remembered it to be, kind of like The Grieving. But it has some good to it, it's kind of a middle ground story, hence the 5 out of 10. But it's not the worst, it's definitely better than Dead Bart. I mean, what the hell was that? Anyways, now on to The Rake. Marking the halfway point, we have The Rake. This story's alright. It's not the best I've seen, but it's not the worst either. Obviously The Rake is one of the most iconic creepypasta characters out of all of them. He's better than Sonic.exe at the least. At least he doesn't ride on, I am God, I come out of TV screen, I come behind a scary plush. The story really kinda scared me as a kid. Like, the picture as well. I actually recently got over my fear of the picture. Yes, I was scared of sometimes of the creepypasta pictures. But overall, the story was alright. It showed off many cases of people going through their encounters with the Rake. My favourite was, of course, the one with the family with the kid. It's pretty tense the first time I read it. I wasn't expecting the Rake to just jump and just bounce after the kids and just kill them. The last words of the little girl, "He is the Rake," was really good. The ending, with the guy just kind of losing his mind, great. So if I had to do a final rating on The Rake, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. It's a better creepypasta than Sonic.exe, but it's not the best either. It's above average, I'll give it that. At least it's one of the better iconic creepypastas. So it has that going for it. Anyways, I will see you all in Where the Bad Kids Go. Next up is Where the Bad Kids Go. An underrated favourite of mine is the best way to describe this story. I love this story, and I don't know why. It's just got kind of a cool little charm to it. It's one of the more better, short creepypastas there is. I like the twist at the end, and just the whole concept of a show featuring characters that are abused constantly, and the banging on the door with, "That's where the bad kids go," is really cool. And I want to apologise if you hear people shouting in the background. So if I had to do one final rating of the story, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I love the setup, it's quick to the point. It could have been described a little more, that's my only problem with it. And the ending was great. It's pretty cool. And next we're on to Portraits. So, The Mysterious Case of Portraits. I never heard of this story until somebody recommended it to me. I read it, and hot diggity dog, it has become one of my favourite short stories. I don't know what is about this story, but it's amazing. It's just the twist ending that makes it for me. A guy hiking through the woods finds a cabin he needs to sleep in. He sees portraits. Notice I'm doing kind of like the quotation marks. But they're actually people looking through at the end. I don't know what it is about that twist. Just, the ending is great. If I had to give the story a final rating, I'd have to give it a 7 out of 10. Simply because it is a short story, so it's a slight bit of a disadvantage. But it's probably one of the best, if not the best short story I've heard. Seriously, give this one a read, guys. Or, listen to my 1 hour long marathon. There's your plug. But yeah, now we're on to My Dead Girlfriend Keeps Messaging Me on Facebook. Acting as the penultimate creepypasta review, we have My Dead Girlfriend Keeps Messaging Me on Facebook. I love this story. It reminds me heavily of another creepypasta I'm getting to called Annie96's Typing, along with Candle Cove because it takes place within a chat room. I don't know what it is about this story that I really like. The main character, I forget his name, he doesn't act irrationally. His conclusions he's reached are actually realistic in a sense, seeing as somebody could have easily hacked his profile, or a friend could be messing with him as a joke. It's great, but the ending is my favourite bit out of all of it. Just seeing that one picture, somebody standing outside his room watching him. Perfect. If I had to give this story a final rating, 8 out of 10, easily. The only kind of problem with it is, I'm not the best fan of cliffhanger endings. I feel like they could have done something a little more with it, maybe tried to resolve the issue, but that's just me. Anyways, everybody, on to the final one. Don't talk to Disney mascots after closing time. And the final story review. Don't talk to Disney mascots after closing time. I am in love with this story. I have actually known about this story for quite a while, but I've seen barely anybody do a review on it, so I had to step up. This story is great. I love the setup with the father bonding with his son, taken to Disneyland, because I love Disney, as you may know. Just the ending, I was not expecting those characters to turn out that way. It's creepy, especially towards the end. I know I keep saying the ending, but still. I think it was Sleeping Beauty, I believe it's that one. Just her kind demeanour does not fit in with like the creepy, non-human things that are lurking in those mascots. Brilliant. Final rating of this story, 9, easily. I just don't know what it is about the story. It's great, captures a Disney creepypasta very well. If you need to watch a very first creepypasta, besides the incident, go check it out. Do this one. Anyways, that's all 7 reviews from the 1 hour long marathon. This has been The Dark Author, and I'll see you guys in the next one.